guys, so let's get started on our landscapes using linear perspective. You're going to need a sheet of paper and pencil and something with a straight edge, like a side that you can use kind of like a ruler. I got this piece of like thick cardstock paper that works for me to like draw straight lines with using the edge of the paper. But if you have a ruler, then I just use a ruler. A book works too. Anyway, let's get started. Crayons keep getting in the way. So, reviewing a little bit about linear perspective, you have a horizon line. That's the line that separates the ground and the sky. And you have a vanishing point on the horizon line. And then you have vanishing lines. So those are those lines that tell us like where to put everything in between to make bigger or smaller, to make things appear they're getting bigger or small, to make it appear that they're getting like they're closer or they're further away, because we're trying to create the illusion of space. All right, so let's start with the horizon line. Taking your ruler or your straight edge and put it like in the middle of the paper, and you're gonna draw a straight line going across. Okay. To separate it, it looks like it's the sky and then the ground. Okay. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put the vanishing point somewhere in the middle of that line. Just big enough so like we know we can see it. Okay, next thing that we're going to do is we're going to angle our straight edge from the bottom of the paper to the vanishing point, kind of going to the right this way. And we're going to then draw a line. Okay, and then we're going to draw another one. Now going the other way towards the line, so that would kind of make a V or triangle here. Okay, it's already starting to kind of look like a road that is getting smaller and smaller and smaller as it goes to distance. All right, next thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna do more of those lines, more of that. We're gonna make this one a little bit thinner. Going to the bottom paper. Can you see? I guess you can't really see. Sorry. So next to that vanishing point, we're gonna come to the bottom paper. Just make this one not as, this triangle not as wide. Do the same thing over here. Okay, just go slow. It's okay if it's, you need to fix it a little bit and erase things and try again. That's totally okay. I think I need to do it again. Kind of same, but it's okay. We'll move on. You guys see it okay? All right. So now it looks like a road and kind of like sidewalks, right? So the next thing that we're gonna add, so pretend that this is a road and sidewalks. We're going to add some trees. Let's add some trees on this side over here. In order to do that, we first have to draw a line from the vanishing point out to our top corner there. And then these lines here tell us how tell us how tall our trees need to be. And we're going to start with the first tree that would be closest to us. And that's going to be the tallest tree over here on the left. Okay. So you're going to start with the tree bark. Okay. So just 2 lines going up, they can kind of curve. And then you can do like the roots down here, like zigzag lines. And then all the way up to that line, you're going to draw the leaves and stuff. Okay, and kind of to make it look like branches are in it, you'll do some like Y lines. Okay. We need to draw the next tree, but it needs to look like it's behind this one and like it's further away. So to do that, we'll move over here a little bit, and this tree will be shorter, but also kind of like draw it behind it too. We're going to overlap some branches. And then you just repeat that. And you want it to kind of come up. It doesn't have to come up all the way to the line, but you kind of want it to. You kind of want it to be the width, the height between these two lines that make like this triangle here. Okay, so draw the next tree here. Make it as tall. Roots. And then just keep going. Making them shorter and shorter. I'm going to thicken up some of these tree Ys over here. And then one more, I guess, back here. Kind of like a park or a forest or something. Or a road driving through trees. Okay. And you can add more. They get smaller and smaller. It's up to you. Alright. Try your best to draw trees if all you know to do is just 2 straight lines and then like a rectangle and then the bush at the top. That's fine. Just make them tall enough between these 2 lines here, and then shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter, and try to overlap them. So you want some trees to be behind others. All right, that makes it look more realistic. Okay. On this side over here, we're gonna do the same thing where we draw that triangle by coming out to the vanishing point, out to the top corner of the paper here. Okay, and we're gonna do the same thing over here. Let's draw some more trees. I think that'd be a good idea. Or you can draw buildings, or you can even draw your name. Like, my last name is Leffler, so if you draw the letters of the name and make them as high as that, and you can do that. But that's up to you. So you can do letters, you can do whatever words, make sure they're good school words, or your name. They can be buildings, or just do trees again. You know, it's almost fall time. It's becoming fall. So maybe we do like fall trees and like leaves falling on the ground, right? I don't know, leaves on different leaves. So let's do the trees over here too. Go up, we got tree bark, or the leaves, and then the Y branches everywhere. Okay, and then overlapping. it kind of just looks like a tree, like a road going through a bunch of trees. Looks very calm, like a calm place to be. All right. And there's our road going through trees. Or maybe it's a river. So if you're gonna do a road, then you draw those lines, making it look like a road. Or you can draw a bunch of curvy lines, make it look like a river. Yep. And then it'll erase like lines that look like they're not supposed to be there. Like probably the line that goes above the trees here. Like you wouldn't actually see that in real life. So erase lines that you wouldn't see in real life of the lines you use to help you draw everything. Like you'd see the ground, but not through trees. So erase those lines through the trees. Or if you drew buildings, erase lines going through buildings. Okay, maybe this is like a brick wall here. So you draw some lines in them, make them look like wall. Maybe there's more trees behind these trees. So you're gonna draw them small to make them look like they're further back. Maybe one's really tiny one back here. Here. So you kind of gotta like experiment between if the tree is far away from the vanishing point, it could be really big unless it looks like it's like in the distance in the background. So think too about the foreground, the middle ground, and the background. More than likely, as you get closer to the horizon line here, things are going to appear to be smaller. So it's kind of like how you move up and towards there that things get smaller. It's kind of just like how your eyes see it, you know. It's not always going to be exact, but kind of works. Okay. Grass. I don't know if you want to add flowers. It's up to you. And then you can add, you know, clouds. Maybe there's a city in the distance here that the river is leading towards. Maybe it's a certain city you've been to that you want to add in the distance, or maybe you just want to add like the sunset or both. I don't know. It's up to you. Okay, make it your own. Maybe it's a certain season. So like fall is coming up. Our trees can definitely be like all the fall colors. This can be a road here. Now I'm just kind of spitballing. Getting off track, but yeah, it could be seasons. If you want your trees to be bare, they can be bare like it's winter. You can draw snow, all that kind of stuff. So we'll stop here just with the sketch part. If you're not happy, or if you're not happy with how this looks, try it again. Go back and redraw the horizon line, the vantage point, your like road or river or whatever pathway it is, and then try and like draw these two lines going to the top corners. All right, and then draw whatever items here you want. It can be trees, like I showed you. It could be buildings. Yeah, and then we'll start coloring them. Make them look real nice and pretty. All right, and that is a tutorial on linear perspective. Send a picture of what you've done.